Hello everybody, this is AcerNerchio, and right now I'm going to be casting some more StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty action. In the bottom right side we have AcerNerchio, I don't know how to say that name. And the bottom left side we have Roxkis, the clan Roxkis, the team I guess, whatever you want to call it. Fraer, so it's going to be a PvZ. So I'm really looking forward to this game. Very high, well, I could say mid-GM players. I checked them up on the ladder. It took me quite a while to actually find them. But I've heard of them before, and they are really good StarCraft 2 players. That's funny, because I used to always want to watch them, and now I finally actually get to cast them. So that feels kind of awesome. So, we got a 6 pool, everybody. 6 pool by AcerNerchio. Can I just call him Acer? And we'll call you Fraer, I don't know. But we have a 6 pool on the way. And this is pretty big because the Protoss will be able to scout this in time. Just in time, I guess. So guys, if you want to go ahead and watch my live stream, I warn you, do not. It looks terrible. It lags. And if you can hear that background noise, I apologize. It's actually pouring today. It's raining a lot. And I'm not looking forward to that. So we do see a Forge Fast expand by our Protoss player. But I still can't believe we're seeing a 6 pool out of a high GM player. Mid-high, I guess. But it looks like the Protoss will be scouting out over here first, or even might be able to scout up back here. But it looks like he will be scouting over here first. So there's the good old extractor trick, because the extractor trick is awesome. But we see quite a bit of lings gonna come out for our Zerg player, and they'll probably be spotted by the probe. It's kind of tough to say. Oh, and the lings do fall out. So that probe wants to probably get right back home because, well, this is not a good situation. Oh. That's a delayed amount of mining. And there we see the cannon has been placed down for our Protoss player. Could wall it off, I guess, if he had the pylon a bit closer over here. Then you could wall it off with the cannon over there. But probably wants to go for a couple cannons. Oh, here come the probes. And the cannon will finish in time, which is great. And this one probe is just gonna have a bad day. He wants to probably use one probe to bait them into the cannon, which would probably be a wiser idea. What are you doing, probe? You don't stand a chance. Because a movement speed of a ling is 2.95 and a probe is 2.81. So it looks like the lings will eventually clean this probe out. But it will take quite a bit of time because we're just going to keep this eye on this probe, because as it regains its shields, as we can see, it doesn't look like it's going to be doing anything. It's going to die anytime soon. But we do see quite a couple probes over here. Could place down a second cannon to be a bit secure, but should probably place down his cybernetics core or his gateway obviously first. And there goes the gateway, and the probe has got 3 HP. That queen wants to intercept it. Oh, the probe's on hold position. Oh, the shame. The poor probe. But we see that Acer needs to probably expand because, well, he's kind of behind when it comes to mining time. I mean, if you do a 6 pool, you obviously know that you're going to be behind. But how do you say this name? Nerchio. Wait, Nerchio. I know a lot of you have left in the comments saying and emailed me directly saying, Assassin, improving your names. Well, I can't, sadly enough. But it looks like our Protoss will probably get his gas, double gas. There we go, just as I said. And we do see on one expansion. I'm expecting to see a double expansion because double expands are so good nowadays. Actually, they've always been a good thing, but, you know, you get with what you get. I would expect the speed to be researched, but a 6 pool isn't exactly like that. That's more of a 10 pool or so. But now I'm actually curious to see what our Protoss player is up to because, lol, okay? Because 2 probes cannot actually take out 1 queen, sadly enough. It's a sad day, lol. I don't understand this. But a lot of drones pulled off on the mining time. But this queen would probably be able to take out a couple probes. Oh, this one has got 3 HP. Ah! But it does survive and so does the cybernetics core, because the cybernetics core was just produced right now. Could get that one zealot, grab that watchtower control, which a lot of players actually forget to do. But having the watchtower is always good because you can see if your enemy's coming from there, attacking a 3rd base or so. Or, well, yeah, having a watchtower is always a wise idea. But this probe escaped with its life barely or so. But this is going to be an awesome game. And it does look like the one ling. Oh, the one ling got the probe. So that ling is going to be the hero ling and probably wants to run on out of there. No, don't let the zealot. No. Oh, and the probe gets the kill. So we do see the warp gate on the way, not chrono boosting it out. I would think that he would be chrono boosting out to waste some of that chrono boost, or chrono boosting out his probes. But there we do see the chrono boost on the warp gate, on the warp gate research, excuse me, because he was a bit behind. He lost quite a bit of mining time, about a minute or two of mining time, in-game time obviously. And then he needs to waste some of those chronos on the warp gate to get some of those stalkers and stalkers and zealots out. I'm just mixing up all my units today, but we do see he's gathering up quite a bit of money. And we see an extra 2 gateways. Could throw down a robotics, no. So this is a delayed 4 gate, I guess, with the 1+ upgrade. But we do see 3 additional gateways on the way, along with the Roach Warren for our Protoss player, for our Zerg player, excuse me. And that's a waste of energy on that queen. A lot of people forget that if you cancel a creep tumor while it's being made, the queen does not gain that energy back, sadly enough. That's a sad day for all Zerg players, and they're forced to cancel. But it does look like our Zerg has the right amount of drones here, but could make a couple more just to make sure he's solidly saturated. But I would expect the speed to be researched, but I think that gas is actually there to save up for some of the... Oh wow, yeah, that's bad lightning. That is bad lightning. Oh my gosh. But it looks like the Zealot will be pushing out, and that Stalker is a goner, unless he can get out 2 more Zealots. But that Stalker is just a goner really fast, so that is just a waste of about 400 minerals, 300 minerals. Could have built a Nexus along with this, so that's about 500 or 300 minerals lost. If you look at the units lost tab, you'll see that our Protoss player has lost quite a bit of money compared to our Zerg player, because Protoss is really gas heavy, they're mineral heavy, and we see those sentries will be tickling these rocks. I don't know why you would try to do that, but you know. The APM on this player is just around 170, 180, almost 200, nothing too big about that. That's actually kind of amazing, everybody. It's amazing how fast a player's hands can actually move like that. If you look at a Korean, then you'd be surprised. But I would expect to see the 1 armor on the way. No, we don't. For some reason, my tongue is tickling me. Oh, that one Stalker, that one poor Stalker. Oh, what a force field. That Stalker is just gonna chill in there, I guess. Wants to probably kill off these rocks so he can escape, because force fields do not last forever. No, the Stalker. You want to tickle these rocks. Oh no, that Stalker is trapped forever. But you saw how he was duking him, wasting those energies on that force field, just to save that one lonely Stalker. But now we see our Zerg player is going to come with a counter attack, but the force fields are so good that it's actually tough for him to get that attack that he likes. But other than that, we do see the melee attacks and this is the upgrade. I think it's the Roach Speed somewhere there. I'm not very good in Zerg, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the Roach Speed. Yep. And then we do see the proxy. I always say proxy. We see the macro hatch on the way for our Zerg player. And the creep spread could be a bit better. Needs to work on that. Like, could creep spread there. Could poop a bit over there, I guess. But he needs to get a bit more additional queens to be able to do that. By the way, guys, I apologize about the half-life. If you notice that it doesn't actually show the loading screens, but that's because I need to get my second monitor. And then once that does come out, then there'll be better gameplay. You'll be able to watch in 1080p and so on. So we do see a warp in, and the first immortal is on the way. We do see our nice warp prism is going to probably go ahead and drop our Zerg player. But once this hatchery does get under construction, that he'll be able to see everything. Should probably actually drop it over there because, well, be a wise idea. And we do see quite a big attack by AcerNerchio. Yes! I said it wrong. Nerchio. Either way, we do see quite a bit of nice wall in with the warp gates. And with the 1 or 2 lonely pylons and the 1 photon cannon. But this is quite an intimidating amount of roaches. And there goes the Duke attack. But our Protoss is too good to fall for this. And this is an armored unit, so that immortal will be hacking, I guess that's the word, or slaying away with those units. Fungal growth is on the way. Pathogen glands, which obviously gives the infestors more energy for those who did not know. I'm sure you all know that though. But the supplies are relatively even. Our Zerg player is kind of ahead, but he's Zerg. He's allowed to be ahead. And the Overseer should probably go in and scout around what's happening. If you look at our Zerg player, he hasn't scouted much. But there comes the Zealot army. Could do another warp in. of Zealots or Stalkers, but looks like that one Warp Prism wants to get away somewhere. And we see another warp base in the main base. Another warp in, excuse me, in the main base. Wow. I feel like that lightning might have struck me. Ah! No, it didn't. But we see a nice Dark Shrine is on the way for our Protoss player. When in time, Dark Shrine, is that it? When? I don't know. I'm so bad at StarCraft 2 phrases. If you want, go follow SC2 Quotes, I don't know, on Twitter. They'll give you some of the best StarCraft 2 phrases from all your favorite casters. Which is obviously me, because I'm so, you know, famous. No, not really. But looks like this main base will have to be sacrificed if he wants to actually make a nice comeback. But we do see a lot of Spine Crawlers, and Spine Crawlers have a range of... Okay, well, they got a big range, okay? And we see another one Infester. Okay, now we realize they have a range of 7. But the force fields are so good. Just 2 or 3 more fungals will just end this Protoss world. But this one roach is trying to be the one hero roach, and that one sentry does go down. So the unit's lost tab is still actually even now, which is very bad for our Zerg player. But we do see the level 3 upgrades on the way, with his, which is obviously attack. But Spine Crawlers are really good. I would, like, if I was a Zerg, which I'm a noob in Zerg, but I'm a noob at everything if you ask me, noob. I would actually play Spine Crawlers literally everywhere because I'm so intimidated by a Protoss army, which is at about 15 minutes. I'm scared of High Templar, I'm scared of Storm, I'm scared of a lot of things, everybody. Ah! Help end the disease. But we do see quite a bit of gateways being produced for our Protoss player over here. And quite the army also. So this is really pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. And we see quite a bit of Immortals, which is obviously the wise choice. And those Lings are just going to kill that probe's days. And that probe dies. One Stalker doesn't look like it's quite enough. You need to blink! No! Oh, you blinked. You have 47 HP and your shields will start regenerating. But our Protoss play is quite heavy on minerals, and we do see the High Templar on the way. Along with the other upgrades, which we talked about before. Hive Tech is on the way, and along with 6 more Infestors. Storm might be the wise choice, but against the player like AcerNerchio, yes, Nerchio, Storm is not the wise choice because his split is amazing. It's actually a lot like the Muslims. So we do see quite a lot of Infestors, I guess, is that the word? And there is the fungal growth, so that will be dying really fast. As you can see, the fungal growth looks pretty awesome when the graphics were lowered. And everything dies. You can't really do anything versus fungal because fungal is kind of good in Wings of Liberty. It's good in Hearts, but if you look at it, they were actually nerfed quite a bit. So we see the 4 High Templar on the way. Probably could be for Archons or waiting up for that Storm. Instead of the armor, we see the shields being researched. I can't really find that because I can't really click on it, I guess. But there'll be another talk about the next patch in Wings of Liberty. But it looks like this base will have to get cancelled. Cancel it! Cancel it! Thank you. That base would have been a lot of minerals lost if you didn't cancel it, though. But Lings aren't very good versus, well, anything armored, if you ask me. But versus one Stalker, they could do some decent damage. And it looks like... Oh, the Infestors! And the one fungal on the Stalker. So those Stalkers are unable to move and will start losing their HP. But we do see both players are getting maxed out relatively early. Well, I guess you could call this early, really. But we do see the Greatest Spy on the way, but this is a bit late for Broodlords, it does look like, sadly enough. But other than that, the High Templar are going forth. No, you don't have Storm, you need to wait. But it does look like they will be feedbacking. Oh, the Storm has been researched, everybody. And Mr. Storm, no, what are you doing? No! The High Templar. Oh, one has been morphed into an Archon, which is just gonna get sniped away. And that Archon does fall. But we do see the Stalkers will be actually attacking this third base. And we'll be able to do quite a decent amount of damage here because, well, Stalkers are really good. Needs to get that Blink micro going because Blink is awesome. Oh no, the Infestors, you need to get that fungal off. And there's the money fungal right over there, everybody. Saving that third base. And there's the GG. And everybody has left the game. So this was a pretty awesome game. And it looks like that he's still actually hacking away on these spines. Because why the hell not? But guys, we do see quite an awesome game between both players. And you could see that he had lost his third base. He was only on 3 bases. The main base was kind of mined out. But it looks like OG, that good clan. I love that. I think that's a clan, I'm not sure. But it does look like the Broodlords were not out in time, and he had the money for it, but it might have been a bit late. He needed to cancel that Greatest Spy. I don't know for what reason, but that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and well, if you want to actually go back to see, was it around here, around the 18-minute mark, when this attack on the third base happened? But we did see he had a 4th base which was lost, and a 5th base being under production. But that base was not really fully up and running. So this was when the High Templar were lost. Now, at this moment in time, at this moment right here, we're actually going to follow these High Templar, and you're going to watch this. The feedback on the Corrupt is really good, but what was bad is letting the Spine Quarters finish for our Protoss player, obviously, and losing all of these High Templar. Now, at this time in the game, if you actually noticed here, our Protoss player had lost quite a bit of money, but our Zerg player had lost a bit more, because at this time in the game, I think this might have been a bit glitched. Our Zerg player was losing Spine Crawlers, was losing Infestors, was losing so much. And Infestors are really expensive. That's a lot of gas, that's a lot of minerals. But I feel like our Protoss player did not GG, because you could do so many counterattacks with Zealots, with Warp Prisms, if you have the Warp Gates for it. And he did have the Warp Gates for it. There's actually more. And he had the High Templar Storm. I guess just Storm, which could actually improve this much. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys next time.